Hello, my fellow killjoys and natural-born cynics. Welcome to Hot Take, the only show where having the wrong opinion is the point. Here in this series, I'll be breaking into my closet of more unpopular opinions and weirder think pieces, giving you lot a bit of dynamism in the discussion surrounding shows where consensus reigns supreme. So for today, let's sink our teeth into something beloved, Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill is one of those shows that you just don't talk badly about, at least not online. And even when you see someone online not praising it, their explanation rides the line of milquetoast. I found it's typically some iteration of, the show just wasn't my thing, or I didn't really get it. Lower scores are rarely a comment on the show's raw quality or theming, and something I attribute more to general discomfort with the overt and outright crass nature of the show's visual through line, that being nudity. Which, for the record, is perfectly acceptable. Not all shows are for everyone, nor are all shows designed to have the ability to touch on ideas that resonate with a wider audience. Whether this is the case with Kill la Kill, I'll leave up to you and the rest of anime YouTube to discuss, since they do it all the time anyway. For me though, while Kill la Kill has never been a show deserving of disgust in any measure, neither do I find myself placing it in a caliber consensus has decided it belongs. And if you've seen my praise of Darling in the Franxx, you know overt sexual and taboo presentation doesn't put me off in the slightest. Rather, I'm going for the hot take that Kill la Kill just isn't executed all that well. The show bounces between dramatic tension and comedic flippancy at the drop of a hat. This isn't a sin in and of itself, with comedy shows routinely utilizing the tone-shifting technique to make a joke just that much funnier, but in the middle of scenes where I feel I'm intended to appreciate the depth in the moment, Kill la Kill undercuts itself with some ridiculous act or animation style shift for the sake of a single joke before immediately dropping back to the level of seriousness of shows like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I want to clarify, I'm not making a claim I want nothing but seriousness and plot-driven narrative monologues all the time. Jokes are good and liven the mood, even in shows that aren't comedies. They give characters humanity and depth and allow us to think of them as actual people who feel like we do. And additionally, I also know that Kill la Kill isn't meant to be taken wholesale. It wears its ridiculousness on its sleeve, and oftentimes will justify its own insanity with equally bizarre lore bits. What I'm saying is that many times, Kill la Kill's jokes are made at the expense of moments that are meant to be taken serious. And while the show's advocates can likely explain the point of each joke outside itself, no one ever won an award for intent. And for my part, Kill la Kill falters in the execution of its comedic elements, resulting in moments that, while amusing in isolation, fight against the rest of the tone around them, drawing me out of the experience. Certainly lackluster comedy is no stranger to most of us, anime or otherwise, but the oftentimes jarring moments of attempted hilarity in Kill la Kill are only a symptom of the larger problem I have with the show. Kill la Kill feels aloof and disparate, or more simply, the show lacks a firm sense of cohesion, as if it were built by two completely separated teams given conflicting direction. On the one hand, we have the themes and messages of Kill la Kill, such as body image, self-sacrifice, the role of personal agency, vanity, and the power of creativity. Weighty topics indeed, and if viewed strictly through the lens of narrative execution, shine bright and clear in Kill la Kill. In contrast, we have the presentation of these themes, both in visuals and authorial execution. As mentioned before, visual gags often undercut heavier moments, but on a broader scale, in order to make some of the art style transitions for those jokes, the default style suffers. It exudes a sense of wanderlust, caught between two distinct aesthetics and unable to ever fully embrace one or the other on any consistent basis. Additionally, the crass and wraparound insincerity of much of the character writing is at constant odds with the tangibly stated goals of the characters in question. It's in these areas where I found Kill la Kill drop the ball, as it were. While the narrative and theming of Kill la Kill is as strong as its big brother Gurren Lagann, and the visuals are as unique and creative as the likes of other visual playgrounds like Space Dandy, I found I couldn't really take either as seriously as I wanted, and I truly wanted to do so. Look, despite the fact I know over half of anyone watching this already closed the tab when my thesis was not endearing to Kill la Kill, let me reiterate. Kill la Kill is not terrible, or deserving of ridicule and harsh critique. It is certainly a technical masterpiece and deserves every word of acclaim it receives on that front. Digibro deep dives just how expertly crafted Kill la Kill is in the video Explosive Payoffs in Kill la Kill's opening scene, and I cannot disagree the show is a masterwork in visual grandeur. But as much as stunning visual presentation makes something enjoyable for me to consume in the moment, it rarely makes me want to go back to watch the show over again. Not on its own. To incite that level of interest, I find a show needs to be a full whole, to have all its elements come together cohesively. For me, Kill la Kill is not simply tone-shifting, it's dissonant with itself. It appears somewhat directionless and insincere, despite messages and theming of the exact opposite. and in so doing slays my suspension of disbelief, constantly throwing me back into my chair wondering what the bloody hell was happening. Catch y'all on the flip side.